Hey, right guys, guess what? I got a few Tromboncino recipes coming. I'll tell you what, it's been a good year for me with these. I got some ideas for the thin ones and I got some ideas for the thick ones. Got 4 or 5 lined up, so well, follow along. I might think of a few more as I'm doing it actually. So here we go then. Right then, a nice simple one to start off with. Tromboncino soup. I don't know why I say simple, because all my recipes are simple, well-ish. I'm just making enough for a little old me and a spare to go in the freezer. In the description, I'll list the ingredients for a serving of 4 for 4 people, okay? So, tromboncino, onion, red or white, doesn't matter, garlic. Now, I can't see the point of using a decent garlic clove in a soup, so I'm going to use lazy garlic, stock cube, olive oil and some uncooked white rice. It's quite good actually, because a lot of recipes use a potato to thicken it up, creamy soup. This one uses rice. So, start chopping. Right. Dear now. I don't know if you've used Tromboncino before, but the seeds are in the bulby end, so all this is seedless. I'm using a thinner stalk one for this because I've got a few plans for the thicker ones. So, let's I want about 750 grams from me. $150. $400, look at that, lovely. This is probably going to be the whole stalk actually. Yeah, 500. There we go, we're getting towards the little core there with the seeds. So I reckon that'll do. Yeah, 750. Well, just under, shade under, so that'll do for that. Don't have to be too fancy with the chopping because it's all going to get blitzed at the end anyway. Just helps it cook quicker when they're nice and even. Right. Tromboncino done. And just chop the onion as well. Obviously one of my show onions because it's got the raffia on the top. Lovely, look at that. That's all the prep work done, so time to start cooking. Get your pan warm. About a tablespoon of olive oil. You know me, rough enough's good enough. Okay, then in with the onions. And all we do now is just gently brown these off. And while that's happening, let's get rid of that. I'll make up the stock cube. There we are guys, that's it, they're just softening down a bit, look. That'll do. Right, in with a bit of ground cumin. A lot of squash recipes use cumin. There we are. And in with your garlic. Teaspoon of garlic for me. Like I said, I'm not going to use decent garlic for this. Decent. That's stupid words I'm using. Just cook that for another minute, get the flavours infused. That's it then, and in with the Tromboncino. Get that started, and about, now I'm going to use tablespoons for this. I'm putting in 3 tablespoons of rice. In with the stock. Well, that's it then guys for now, 20 minutes simmering. Put a lid on it if you want. Yeah, back in 20 minutes time. Okay then, that has been 25 minutes. And that is nice and soft, so that'll do. So off with the heat and we'll start blend it down. Cooled down a bit, so we'll give it a blitz and Low speed to start off with. Well, I reckon, if you can hear me, that's about it. There's a few little lumps in there, but what's it matter? Okay guys, quick taste. Ooh. I shan't take too much. I want to put most of it into punnets and put in the freezer. There we are. Ooh, that's thick. That's nice. The cumin does something to it. It really is nice. Maybe a little bit salt and pepper if you like a bit of salt and pepper, but that's okay for me. My theory is you can always add it at the end or when you have your meal, can't you? If you put it in now and it's too much, then somebody else might not like it, you know. I don't. Right then, Tromboncino roll-ups. I mean, a tromboncino and basically anything you want to put in it. So I'm going to put in some tomatoes, mozzarella, roasted red peppers. Now you could use fresh peppers if you got them. Some grated cheese, parmesan to go on top, mustard, garlic, salt, onion, salt, anything you want really. So first off, I'm just going to get everything out of the way. I'm going to prep all the little bits and do the tromboncino last. Thinly slice some tomatoes, and you'll notice that the slices are very, very close to the thickness of the tromboncino neck. That's why I pick small tomatoes. I don't want them too thick, nice and thin these. That's better. Just stop things sticking. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do before I put the oil away properly. I'm just going to make up some mustardy oil. So I want to brush it all with mustard and olive oil, see? This is grainy mustard, what is it? Just whole grain mustard. So finish with the mustard. Should do. Off with the end. Off with the end. Right, what I'm going to do with this, potato peeler, and I'm going to take off a layer of peel. Just get down to the core, that's what we're trying to do. We don't want that bit. That's getting close. No, a bit more. There we are. Being so thin, these should cook quite quickly, these ribbons. Well, I'm going to do one more and that'll be it, because that's more than enough for me. And we'll use that in another recipe. So what I'm going to do is basically roll it up very loosely. There, put it on the tray. Right. So we've got those like that. What we're going to do is open them up a little bit, open the spiral up. And yeah, basically open them up again, there we are. And all we're going to do is poke bits in where we want them. So a bit of tomato, a bit of mozzarella, A bit of pepper. What should we have in the centre? A bit of mozzarella in the centre with a piece of tomato, eh? Yep. A bit of tomato, roll it up a bit. A bit of mozzarella, roll it up a bit. You see what I'm doing here, just making up as I go along. Well, there we are, look. Made 5, got a few little bits and pieces left over, but I don't want any more. So, I'm going to brush them with this mustardy oil. Get some mustard in the middle as well. There we are. Right, a little bit of garlic salt, just a sprinkle of this. Yeah, I'll tell you what, put it in my hand to be easier. A little bit of pepper. Again, I'll put it in my hand, I think, especially with the wind blowing as well. Cheddar, a little bit of cheddar, just a sprinkle. In fact, I'll do some with, some without, eh? Right, in the oven with these. I've got the oven set at 200, about 15-20 minutes. We'll find out when they cook, eh? Been looking forward to making this one. Right, catch you in a bit. Oh, there we are, guys. Don't look too bad. Gonna let these cool down a little bit and try them. You'll notice I put cocktail sticks in just to keep them together. I was a bit worried they might unwrap themselves. Well then guys, here we go then. I'll tell you what, they look alright, don't they? Oh dear me. That is tasty. I thought this would work, because I did something very similar with courgettes, but I cooked those first on a griddle. But this is good. Excuse me. And of course with this, you could do whatever you want with it. You could put cucumber in it, well, you could put anything, you could put, oh, I don't know, chilies, you could, the world is your oyster. Oysters, put oysters in. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm liking this one, guys. Right then, griddled Tromboncino medallions. And I'm using the big boy for this. Measure around the outside, it's 900 millimeters and it weighs just a shade over 2 kilograms. That's my biggest ever. Parmesan cheese, pepper, fine salt. Now we're gonna take some of the moisture out only very quickly, so I'm using ordinary salt for that, and a little bit of flaked sea salt for dressing on top, a bit of olive oil. So first of all, let's cut some medallions, and I've got a plate here to soak the water up now. I've come in 9:30. I'm only going to do a few of these because I've got another dish I need the big ones for, so I'll say a few. Oh, look at that. Right, we want these about 1/4 inch thick. Not too much thicker, because we want to griddle them and not steam them, you know what I mean? So, yeah, about 6 mil. And all we're going to do, oh, there you are, worms. So you see the moisture coming out already. You can't see that. So I'm going to do a couple of sheets of tissue, kitchen roll on the plate. I'm just going to sprinkle these with salt, just for about 10 minutes or so. Both sides. Put those to one side. I'll get the cooker out ready. Okay, now that's about just under 10 minutes. Not too much water's come out, but you know, it all helps, doesn't it? So I'm just going to rinse these off very quickly and I'll come back to you. Right, on with the heat. And for those of you that follow me will know that I lost my griddle pan and I found it hanging up where it should be. It was under the wok actually. I hung the wok in front of it so I couldn't see any of this. Crazy. Right, a bit of olive oil. I'm just going to mess that about a bit on here. Just to coat the ridges. A lovely colour. So you can tell it's when it's a summer squash, it's got green skin on the outside, and when it's going towards being a winter squash, then the skin goes a bit yellower. And when it's hard and it's a proper winter squash, I've not got any hard ones yet. So what I like about these griddle pans is you tend not to wash them. What I do is I heat it up and wipe it down, and you get all the flavours of the previous God knows how many meals in there. I expect every pan is unique to each owner, you know. If you wash it, you take away all the goodness. You've got to season it again, you know. I reckon that's warm enough now, so in with these. Now one is a bit thicker than the rest, so it'll be interesting to see how they cook. There we are then. On the first side. Okay, just before we turn them over, a little sprinkle of flaked sea salt. That'll do then. It's just like cooking a steak, really. You can see the cooking coming up the side of the medallion, look. So that'll do. Turn those over. Lovely. Charred but not burnt. Okay, just about finished cooking, so I'm just going to sprinkle just a little bit of parmesan on top. And that'll cook from the heat underneath. A little bit of pepper. I prefer black pepper. I don't know why. I think it's probably because I can see where it goes. A little bit of flake salt on top. And that's it. This is what I mean about using the griddle pan. All I do now is give that a good wipe in, get the old oil out, get any spilled cheese out, carefully. And do exactly the same before I use it again next time. Just heat it up, wipe it out, get rid of any old stuff. There we are, brilliant. Well, there we are, guys. 4 griddled Tromboncino medallions. So, you know what's going to happen now, don't you? Ooh. A little bit of parmesan on top, cooked right through. Yeah. The flaked sea salt helps on top. Easy snack. Lovely jubbly. There you are, guys. 3 griddled Tromboncino medallions. Oh dear. Right then, breaded Tromboncino fries. Now I need quite a few of these, some to eat now on their own and some for a dish later. So here we go then. We got the Tromboncino, the wide neck one again. I'm using rapeseed oil for this. Bit of a higher smoking point temperature. Mozzarella, got an egg, flour and panko breadcrumbs for the dredging bit. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is make up the dredges. A plate of flour, any flour will do. This is actually 00 extra fine flour. So, bit of that. Okay, a beaten egg. Don't forget, stir it both ways. Gets rid of the stringiness. Let's put these in order. Let's go on that plate there. Right, some breadcrumbs. I'm using panko. Oh, I go a little bit finer than your normal breadcrumbs, you know what I mean? And yeah, I don't know how many I'll need, but that'll do for now. We'll make more up, can I? And what I'm going to do with that is add in some Parmesan. That'll do. Just guesswork, total guesswork. Okay, got some parchment paper on a plate, and there's not a lot of room here, so I'm going to move this out of the way. And we're going to cut up the tromboncino. This is a wide neck one again. You can see that moisture there. Look, I've taken a photograph of it, I'll show you. That's only been, ooh, I don't know, 20 minutes since I last cut it. So let's just wipe that off a minute, hang on. And again, we want about, ooh, 6mm slices. God, it's a funny going in the corner this is. It's going to be a bit awkward, but you know. And I need quite a few of these because I'm making another dish after this using the same first part of this recipe. Right, that'll do for now, guys. And what I'm going to do is put those there. Set the dredge up. There we are. Right. And this is just the paper is just to stop things sticking. So in the flour. There we are. And then the wet hand in the egg. And in the panko Parmesan mix. And just carry on like this. Oh, until they're all coated. Like I said, guys, I'm using rapeseed oil for this one. I don't want the, what you're going to call them, breaded medallions, yeah, whatever, to be too steamy. I want them to fry quickly, you know what I mean? Because, like I said, a lot of these are going to go into another dish. Right, let's have a go. Let's get in there. Right, I'm going to cook these on both sides, just till they're warm through a bit. Let's have a look. Yeah, that'll do, that'll do. That'll do, brilliant, yeah. Okay, another couple of minutes, that'll be it. Quick taste test before I use these somewhere else. Oh, crunchy. Yep. Perfect, guys. It sort of rivals any other what you call it, bread coated triple dipped fry. Yeah, right. No, stop, Sue, stop. I've got a few more to make, then on with the next dish. Okay then, here we go with a Tromboncino Casserole. Now what we've done with these, exactly the same as the breaded pan-fried Tromboncino discs, or whatever you want to call them, made a stack of them. So they'll be going in. Grated cheese, any type of cheese, sliced tomatoes and some garlic. Okay then, grease your casserole dish. I'm using olive oil for this. Don't think it really matters that much, to tell you the truth. Just going to rub it all around the dish. I don't want nothing to stick, that's all. There we are. Right then, a couple of garlic cloves. I'd say finely sliced. And what we do with these is just drop them at the bottom of the casserole dish. Get a few tomatoes ready, thinly sliced. Okay, grate some cheese. This is red Leicester. No idea how much I'm grating here. And we start building the casserole. So we got the pan-fried breaded medallions. So they layer of those. I may have too many for this small dish. Oops. Bit of cheese. Couple of tomatoes. The tomatoes will be good actually because the moisture will drop down and keep it all steaming. There we are so far. A bit more cheese, yeah, why not? A bit more cheese. And a topping layer of Tromboncino. Oh. Cheddar on top is always nice. And some black pepper. Now it's windy, so I'm going to do it with my hand again. A little bit of flaky sea salt. Always good as a topping this. Okay then, in the oven, ooh, let's think now. 40 minutes I reckon, 200 Celsius, back in a bit. That was 40 minutes in the oven at 200 Celsius. Looks all right, doesn't it? I think we ought to take a little sample of that, you know. Right then guys, here we go. Tromboncino bake. Soft as you like, brilliant. I'll tell you what, I will in a minute. I'll tell you what's not to like about these Tromboncinos, they taste fantastic. Bit between a courgette and a squash, but nicer than both, you know what I mean? Oh, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm going to grow more of these next year. Double diggy thumbs up for this one. Oh, take care guys. Well, there we are guys. Well, there we are guys. Four griddled Tromboncino Well, there we are guys, 4 griddled